This is Spoken by Elswyth, the Femdom Hypnosis podcast with training, triggers, playtime, tasks, and rewards. All for that wonderful, submissive man. Today is day 66. Now, I don't usually mention this, but in light of the UK having, the highest inflation ever, and apparently spring has been cancelled, so now my heat's running, I am counting on you to either like or subscribe or leave a review, depending on how it is that you're listening to me. Now, for those of you who know me, I don't really spend a lot of time publicly chatting. So you'll notice the comments and this and that. I don't do the thing you're supposed to do for the SEO and YouTube and blah 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 blah, because I spend a decent amount of time answering privately. And you likely know that if you've ever reached out to me, it's quite rare that you won't receive a response in return. So go ahead, please, subscribe, do whatever that it takes that, I can go ahead and continue to reach more people and continue to spend quite a bit of time on this with you. So tell me, are you in a public place as you listen to me today? Or somewhere that you might be watched? I want a teensy-weensy little gesture of obedience and possibly exhibitionism from you right now. Open your mouth, part your lips. And just a little bit. Don't sit there with your jaw hanging wide open looking like you're catching flies or whatnot. Don't do that. Just a little. Making anyone who spots you wonder what you're gawking at, maybe. I'm sure you've got it. Now stay like that until we're done. I talk about overt public displays of kink all the time. Mostly in one of two different ways. The first is among like-minded folks who understand the game we're playing. Sometimes those are realistic and sometimes they're fantastical. Taking place in some eyes wide shut scenario. Does anybody else remember that movie? Where I'm wealthy enough, because the master, mistress, etc., they're always billionaires or whatever, right? So I'm wealthy enough that I frequent mansions and ballrooms while still afforded a degree of anonymity. We are all allowed our "if I hit the lotto" daydreams, even if we only buy a ticket on New Year's Eve. The other way I'll often mention public play is the truly unrealistic, where all sense of decency has been thrown to the wind and we're doing something perverse or obscene, where any innocent bystander could and does see. Perhaps it's my desire to prove to you that I can make you do something so reckless with the right words. Or that I can help you feel comfortable with being on display. But that's all those times where I have discarded discretion. What about when we're playing with something subtle? Like the way you're trying right now to make sure your lips don't touch when you swallow. Or, using that pet name for you, what was it, dear? Or those triggers I love to use when you're not expecting them. Would a hotel desk clerk spot the effect of a discreet application of pour? Would that girl at the deli counter notice how you blush in response to a chiding, naughty bunny? It doesn't matter if they see your response or not, just that you can wonder if they do. In a way, the word runes I place in your mind are equivalent to a toy. You know, those really good toys that you might wear as we're out and about. The kind that responds to the push of a button on my phone with a pulse, or a buzz, or a zap. A type of control that doesn't require a conscious decision on your part to obey or not. Speaking of which, if you kept your lips parted this whole time, you can have your release today. And if you have some thoughts on this kind of discreet public play, send me a polite note. I want to hear what you're thinking about.